All right, Fezzy, last week we had the beautiful Allison Bales on the show from IFC. It was the first time I really felt like I could talk movies ever.
You finally felt like you found an equal there?
Yeah, I felt like I talked to somebody who's watched the movies and cares.
Someone who shares your passions.
Yeah.
For film.
Yeah, but that was 1 week of living in heaven. Now it's back to hell with our own Polo.
From the legendary Ron Fez studios in a predominantly white neighborhood, Ron Fez presents Showtime with the Polo.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, hi, Polo. You likes the movie.
Polo, you like the movie. Who's this whore you're talking about now?
Yeah, hi, Paul. You like the movie?
Yeah, hi, Paul. Yeah.
Yeah, boss.
You like the movie. How are you?
First of all, let's get this out of the way. I got Earl came to me very concerned, saying he got an email from you and he was afraid that you were going to kill yourself.
What's going on, Jamie Gum?
No, I was very specific that I'm a Catholic and I'm specifically prohibited from killing myself.
That's the only thing that stops you is your Catholic faith?
Yeah, well, not my Catholic faith, but just the eternal damnation of hell.
Right.
And your fat fingers can't get around the trigger.
Sure. Well, no, I would never.
Now, you
shoot
have
myself.
damnation to hell in your own home living with that horrible woman, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it does seem like demons are pursuing me constantly.
Right.
And I mean, this is serious. I'm not actually, I mean, the fact is I'm healthy as an ox, and I pray for death every day. But it's not because,
Oh, the irony.
I
You, the decathlete.
I understand. Well, I'm not a decathlete, but I am healthy. I am getting a colostomy next week, but, that's just to find something, hopefully.
All right, that's
Hopefully you...
The colostomy is when you get the bag.
Well, colon...
You're just lazy. You don't feel like sitting on the toilet. You'd rather just take the little hefty bag out to the trash can.
Yeah, first of all, he does shit in a bag, but it's not even attached with a tube. He just puts it over his ass while he's watching the movie, drops mud, and throws it.
Paper or plastic?
The doctor did check me out with the glove the other day, and he said there doesn't seem to be anything going on there. But
yeah, he wants his glove back, by the way.
I understand.
He had to use a mitten on you.
Yes. But,
all right, move on, Paulo. Let's start reviewing some movies. Now, did you see anything this week?
I see it all as best as I can. I mean, under the circumstances, sometimes I can't get to the big festivals and all of that, like, the fancy people like from IFC. I'm sorry, but I did see the best.
Like your beloved Allison Bales.
Yes, I understand.
She is great, though, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a whore. But anyway, A History of Violence is the best film I'm likely to see this year. It's a real classic. I mean, up there with The Godfather.
When I saw the previews, I thought, well, here's like a little action movie that I would like. It looked good.
And that's the good thing, too. I mean, smart people can pick it apart and find layers and everything else, and dumb people can enjoy it as a great action film as well.
Great, Fez. I'll go with you. We'll both be happy.
I think this is a great action film.
And I mean, that is actually the sign of a good film, a film that can be enjoyed by anybody. And I mean,
all right, I see Earl eating again. Every day he's enjoying a nice meal.
It's his metabolism. He has to keep eating.
Harry, do we got any food coming in today at all?
Nothing particular, but we can send out for something if you want.
No, sure, but I like to be surprised with nice free food. That's my thrill.
Maybe someone from posttours.net.
Posttours.net, Fezzy, and they've offered you an opportunity to stop by and say hi.
What, there's a clubhouse?
I guess there is. I don't know how it all works. I've never gotten the internet.
They have a physical chat room.
No, I think that you can check out to see the things that people write.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's one part that you were like, it's called Fezzy's Fuck-Ups.
Oh, I don't think I'll be going near there.
Why do you care? All right, so far you like this one film, right, Polo?
Well, I really like this one.
What's it called?
The History of Violence, a David Cronenberg film, and it's a normal film from him for a change instead of perverts and weirdos.
Right.
I mean, there's two major sex scenes that maybe make children uncomfortable. There was a '69 scene and a sort of a pseudo rape on the stairs. Then there's violence that's pretty graphic. I mean, a guy's jaw gets blown off.
Do you mind not giving away all the parts of the movie and just reviewing the film without specifics? I get complaints about that with you.
I'm not trying to get complaints, and believe me,
It seems like Allison Bales could talk forever without giving away a plot point.
Well, she's a professional.
I doubt that very much. And first of all, I have big reservations about giving away plot points.
I'll be like this. Yep, there's the scene of the rape. There's the jaw being blown off.
The point is that the important points that need to be protected, I am going to protect with my life. And the thing is,
with his life,
Viggo Mortensen. Well,
what's this guy's name?
Viggo.
According to Polo, it's Big Ol' Mortensen.
What is his name? Is it Viggo? What kind of name is that?
Vigo.
Is it short for something?
It's Danish, actually. I'm part Danish myself, so
It was the name of the painting in Ghostbusters 2.
Viggo.
He looks like that fucking
Axel,
painting.
wasn't it Axel? I don't know.
Vigo, rise!
He looks like that guy. He could play that if they ever do Ghostbusters 3.
The Return of Vigo.
Which, if they do, I know Harry will throw into the opening, along with every other Bill Murray thing.
Of course, he swung his big sword in the Lord of the Rings, and in this.
Was this some kind of a homosexual thing?
No, it's
More
not
porn
homo
talk.
at all.
Yeah.
To make the children uncomfortable.
All right, so how many thumbs up do you give this, Polo?
Is this a proctologist thing? It's
Hey, Dave, you're on Ron Fez. Say hi to Polo.
Hey, Paulo, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I used to think you actually knew what you were talking about with your movie reviews and everything. Then I realized you're a sick motherfucker.
You really are.
Word has it that Sandra D and Twaddle? What's up with that, man? That's pretty nasty.
Oh, yeah.
How distorted does someone have to be?
First of all,
He made out with Twatto.
Sandy Kane's genital wart.
well, that could be the source of my problems. I don't know what kind of disease that wart had, but.
And then, no one ever... Here's the weirdest thing, if you remember that day. After he made out with Twatto, he took a shot of bleach, just regular Clorox bleach. He threw it in his mouth. He washed it around and spit it out. And then people were going, hey, I believed it until you said that he was gargling with bleach. That was actually the weird part. We didn't even overly sell it. He had bleach in his mouth, which has got to be dangerous as hell, right?
I would think so. It's bleach. It's a burning chemical.
Thank you. It's a
but
burning chemical.
I would consider that a reasonable response to.
All right, how many Twattos would you give this History of Violence?
As I said, I mean, many people consider The Godfather the best film of all time. I consider it up in that league. It's about identity, family.
So it's as good as The Godfather, not better, but as good.
I would say, in my personal humble opinion, it's better than The Godfather.
What would Allison Bales say? I mean, that's a tall order when you say to somebody, hey, go see this film. It's better than The Godfather.
I mean, first of all, The Godfather doesn't have a scene with 69 in it, but, I mean, that is an important, essential moment that establishes the characters.
Yeah, but Sonny's banging that fat girl against the door, and when you were a little kid, that was the most exciting scene in the world to you.
That's got to count for something, Polo.
I have to feel that this was actually done by Vigo in this scene. I mean, there's no faking this. Maria Bello is his wife in the movie, and he's right in there. No way to fake that.
All right, so I move on. It seems like that's all you. It's like he's reviewing porn.
That's all he goes to these movies, hoping for a nude scene.
Yeah, I know.
All right, the other. I mean, there's the Serenity is the.
It's called Serenity now, actually, and you just scream it as you walk in.
No, that is the new.
I thought that was one of Harry's jokes.
It's about
because he steals from Seinfeld. Blowhard's on to you, and he'll tell me everything.
You're being monitored.
Harry, you're being watched. You're being monitored at all times. When you sign online, he's going to know.
And one thing I do want to say about the History of Violence is it does take place in Illinois and Philadelphia. And I know that it's about the Philadelphia mob is a big part of it. Not that I'm giving away a big plot point. But
it seems like you are.
I just know that might give you an extra bit of interest in the film.
Because I can only watch a film if I've seen where it was done before. If not, I'm just sitting there going, I don't know this street. This street.
And it's about the Irish mob, and I never did understand the Irish mob. I mean, Do they have an organization, or are they just somehow connected to
You grew up in New York. You heard of the Westies before, right?
I know. And as a matter of fact, Ed Harris is in it. He plays a very similar part from the Irish Mob. I don't understand the Irish Mob, though. I mean, do they?
You don't have to.
Are they Italian? Are they connected with
No, they're not Italian.
It's the Irish Mob Italian.
You know there's a Russian mob out there now, right? It's
Yes.
guys that grew up together. They come to this country, and then they're in business together. It's not that hard to understand.
Is the hierarchy, the Italian mob, the Irish mob, the Chinese mob, the Irish?
Just review movies. What other movie did you say?
All right, Serenity is finally the big screen version of Firefly that we've all been waiting for.
I've never heard of Firefly.
I don't know what Firefly is.
Firefly was a TV show by Joss Whedon, who did Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel, and it's got a lot of about 10 or 12 fanboys, just going crazy. It's a space 500 years from now, and it's sort of like Star Wars, except more from just the.
What are you talking to us from? What kind of phone do you have?
I have
It's like you're singing Winchester Cathedral back at me.
Sorry.
Why don't you start doing Cheers? Just
Is
This is the worst he's ever done. Hey, Sean, you're on Ron Fez. Say hi to Paul O.
Hey, Paul O, why don't we go together to see History of Violence in America?
Oh, is that going to be your tagline? Why don't we go see the movie, Paul O?
It is an Oscar worthy.
You think it will win an Oscar?
Well, I think Vigo's performance is so natural, and it actually has many layers. It's almost too easy to see him in this role that maybe people won't think it's like one of those things like Capote, where Philip Seymour Hoffman has to become this mincing, prancing Truman Capote thing. It's much easier to give an Oscar for that.
All right. I heard that the kid playing Johnny Cash is going to get the Oscar.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little early, but I'd say Vigo.
Vigo.
Off we go to the Oscar.
Wherever he goes, Vigo. Are you gone now, Paulo? Because your phone just blows. What are you talking to us on? It's like a fucking Dixie cup in a string. It's just awful. I'm trying to do a show here.
I think it just exploded.
God, he's hideous. I don't even want to talk to him. Don't even put him back on. It's too painful. Put him behind Bobby and Paulie the interns and people that I don't want to talk to on the air anymore.
That line's getting long.
Mark, you're on Ron Fez.
I just wanted to ask Paul O if I should stay home or go. Just review the show, Paul O.
He's, Next week, we'll just fucking beat him down with Oscar blurbs because there's no talking to him. Next week, it's nothing but blurbs.
And you know what he does? He goes on that crappy cell phone so he won't use his house phone with that big beast of a wife of his.
And I want her fucking screaming in the background.
He has to call us from home.
Hey, do we have
ever do
any
it again.
the stuff that we had to cut up before? Do we have any of the raw stuff of...
You know what? I don't know if we have any raw Mrs. Paulo or not.
Who would have it if we did? This is Paulo's wife when she would be all whacked out on whatever pills they were giving her at the time.
I'm just the biggest loser in the world.
This is when she was actually... This was her when she would be... they shot her in the ass with a tranquilizing dart that just pulled her down to have her somewhat normal.
I'm just the biggest loser in the world.
Now, this is Paulo's wife when she wasn't on it.
Obviously, he gives a more about you than anybody else. I want those bastards put in jail!
She wanted us put in jail. She had it in her crazy head one night that from us calling Paulo, it made her dad die. She said
right.
Because Paulo has done reviews for us for a long time and never been paid, that's why her dad died.
I want those bastards put in jail! They came to my house!
That's when she was talking about the police.
They came to my house!
Because she had, I guess, got mad at us or somebody, tried to call 911 to complain. She was so obnoxious and crazy that the cops had to come up and slap cuffs on her.
Yeah, she swung at a cop after all that.
You can't call the 911 and start screaming that the guys that you're that your husband does movie reviews for are so bad without them going, we've got to lock this woman up. You don't call 911 and bitch about the radio guys that your husband's friends with.
They killed my father.
Oh, my God.
This is her when she's not, when she's on the right kind of drugs.
Oh, my God.
Get him off the phone! Get him off the phone!
It's two different people. It's like it's two different voices coming out of one.
Yeah.
She's possessed.
Those f***ing sons of f***ing goddamn garbage!
That's us. That's the way she talks about me and Fez.
Those f***ing sons of f***ing goddamn garbage!
And why, when we were doing the show at night, why we would be doing movie reviews with him, she would be punching him in the head and screaming. And he stays. And you wonder why he hopes he has a disease.
He can't wait to check out of this world.
Why not just leave now? What is this whole Catholic thing to make you feel like you got to stick around?
See, I think with the death thing, he wants that house. That house is in her name. He is waiting to get the Mrs. Paulo fortune
She's gonna
of pills.
The devil will not die, Fezzy. It's right in the Bible. She will outlive him. God couldn't kill the devil. Do you think Paulo can?
If he like caught her on fire, just her Terminator robot frame would just keep coming at him.
All right, has he called us back? Is that why he's on? Hey, Paulo?
Yes, sir.
Those f***ing sons of f***ing goddamn garbage! Get him off the phone!
Yeah.
Get him off the phone! They came to my house!
Yeah.
I want those bastards put in jail!
Obviously, he gives a more about you than anybody else.
Yeah.
That's your life, Paulo.
Yeah, but I mean, that was Xanax and alcohol. Now it's Depakote, Suprexa, and Lexapro, and she's an entirely different person.
I miss the old Mrs. Paulo.
Well, I know it's probably a little more entertaining, but, yeah, physically violent. I mean,
I don't like this one.
I'm just the biggest loser in the world.
I mean, as true as it is, no one wants to hear that part of her.
And that's when I was playing back all the other freakouts that she had, and she was just feeling bad.
You had shamed her.
Oh, my God. How did I ever?
Into lucidity.
Been screaming for the last hour because she lost her purse. Her tendency is now to stay up all night long, and then when I come home, there's like cake mix all over the stove.
Is it cake mix or Coke?
Pudding mix.
I couldn't wait for the cake to finish.
She's just eating pudding mix, thinking it's a snack.
For me, but hey, look, I'm hanging by a very thin thread. So
where is she now?
She's walking around the house. Let's see if we can get her to talk to her. But as you know, she never talks. Gail, come over and just say hello for a minute. Just for a minute. Okay, you're half dressed. It's okay. She usually doesn't talk, but okay, here we go.
Hello.
Hey, you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm feeling better. I have my good days and my bad days.
I like you better on your bad days.
I am usually not that bad anymore.
Yeah, I miss those days.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, I don't miss them that much. I don't like being a crazy lady all the time.
I like when you have a knife and you're chasing Paulo with it.
You're hitting him with a shoe or the phone or something.
Yeah.
Believe me, and we still have those events every once in a while.
Could you please call us when that happens?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. She's so different when she's like this.
Just a nice lilty laugh and everything.
Well, actually, I can get him in a corner if I want to.
Go ahead and try it.
Go ahead and try it?
Yeah, just even fake it for a second.
Okay, hold on. I got to get you in a corner.
No, you see, now she's very cooperative, and that's fine. That's what I want.
Well, he's trying more and more to, try to boss me around and everything. And
now
you know what?
You going to take that?
It's not working.
Right.
No, I'm not going to take that.
You know what? You sound so good now. I bet you could use a little drink.
I bet I could.
I bet a couple of drinks would bring back the Gail that we know and love.
Here's to the new Gail.
Who's boring the hell out of you right now.
Isn't it true?
I am still Gail, the old Gail, too,
Right.
Whenever I want to have fun, I do that, too. But
yeah, that is fun.
Yeah, I'm writing a book right now, too.
What's it about?
Well, it's sort of about my life, but I have other things included
Is
in
it called More Mood Swings than the Benny Goodman Orchestra?
No, it's actually, the title is 29, which is slashed through 30 mistakes. What is it?
That's good enough.
30 mistakes, that I've made.
What are some of the mistakes you've made? No.
That laugh?
Yeah, there's just so many, and some of them are so embarrassing.
And
that
Paul,
I can't.
yeah, Paul always says that you tricked him into marrying him.
Is that what you said, that I tricked you into marrying me?
No, I didn't say that.
He always told us that you faked
They want
cancer.
to start a fight. They want you to flare up and yell at me. That is not what I
No.
said.
He's the nut now.
He claimed that you said you were terminal, and if he married you...
When I first met him, Jimmy Carter and Ford were having their debates, and I was in the woman's dorm room. And this guy was sitting next to me, and he would just not leave me alone. And I didn't realize Paul was sitting two, rows behind me. Finally, Paul comes around and sits next to me, and basically got this guy to leave me alone. So then we went to, there used to be a restaurant down in Boca Raton called Sambo's, and of course, they can't do that anymore.
Right.
And we stayed up all night talking, and I tried to get rid of Paul, actually. I really was I had followed a guy from Clearwater down to Boca Raton, and I just knew once I got there that it wasn't going to work out. But, yeah, he kept calling me, so it really wasn't a situation where
the fact is,
I tried to trick him.
Is that mistake number one?
Things are much better now. No alcohol.
Well, he told us that you lied, said you had cancer, and that's why he married you.
Because you'd be dead in 6 months.
Well, that's true. That is true. I did.
Now,
we had many mistakes right at the beginning. It was very tough to start a relationship with that kind of a
lie.
Pardon me?
With that kind of a lie?
With a lie?
Yeah, he said it was a lie.
No lie.
There was no lie.
He had a cancer scare, and that was a discussion that we had at one point.
Paul, I'm going to have to sit you down and find out what you've been saying.
After all these years.
That's what they're looking for.
No, that was an absolute...
They like you.
He's her.
He's
now her.
And I'm much happier.
I'm going to be screaming and angry when I hang up from you guys.
Yeah.
Did you ever end up dying?
No, I didn't die.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Did have an abortion.
Really? What happened there?
What happened to Paul Jr.?
Paul never wanted to have kids, and it was an ultimatum.
Right.
If you keep the kid, then I'm leaving.
Right.
So I had another pregnancy in, 1987.
Oh, congratulations. How did that one work out?
He forced me to have an abortion.
Oh, jeez.
And do you know that he just dropped me off and never bothered to come and pick me up? I had to go home on the subway all by myself.
I always say half in a ride. That's the way to go. That's the classy thing to do. Now,
How many of these 29 mistakes are abortions?
No, I'm not so sure that's going to go into that, but there's a lot of things that I'm writing in there.
So, Mr. Catholic, I do everything the Catholic way, he's forced you into 2 abortions.
He's a meanie if he wants to be. I'm telling you. You haven't seen all the sides to Paul.
What else has he done?
No.
Well,
other than forced
He
abortions.
slaps me around pretty good.
Oh, I do not.
I'm getting him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally.
Well, when he hits you, is it always in the womb?
Just in case.
I do not like those tattoos all over him, I have to tell you.
What tattoos don't you like that he got with us?
I don't like any of them because
The boy band
upon
tour?
a time he had a beautiful body, and it just looked like somebody massacred him,
Right.
Like he has a giant billboard or something.
Right.
We've defaced a church.
Oh, I don't know. I've gotten used to it to a certain extent. But
Sure. So you
one
two...
of the things I hated most about when he would go and see you
Yeah.
was not the fact that he was going to see you, is that every time he got out of there, he was stone cold drunk.
Right. Or
and
stoned.
he doesn't drink.
Right.
So
I've seen
whenever
him.
he drinks, it's just like he gets goofy,
Right.
and silly.
He got locked up a couple times with us.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when they had that vision in Clearwater.
Right, and he went and tried to destroy the Virgin Mary.
They had a Virgin Mary sighting, and he went down there dressed as Santa Claus.
It's just from drinking. It's usually because I drank 2 bottles of something. That's not just drinking.
I'm finding out lots of things that he's been saying.
I know.
about me.
He said the abortions were your ideas. He wanted them.
Now, how could they make up some of the stuff they've said to me?
True, when that makes sense, perfect sense. Like, how did we know about the abortions?
You know what really pissed me off
What's
about
that,
this
Gail?
guy? Who is this guy who just lost Frida?
Oh, Don Geronimo.
Don Geronimo.
He's our friend, yeah.
I was listening to him last night. He was really upset about these women who were writing him letters, saying how sorry they were for him for everything. And he was really mad about these people because he was saying, if I haven't heard from you before and you were a friend, then there's no reason why now I should be hearing from you. I just want to be left alone. And I had respect for that. But one of the things that I thought was mean of him was, look, you can't control everything that people do.
Yeah.
These
Well,
people are just doing
but
this.
if you when you here, it's weird that you bring that up because Fez, your sister has gotten obsessed with Don.
Yeah, my sister listens to Don every day, and her heart just goes out.
But I think she wants to be with him.
Oh, yeah.
And that's probably what he's dealing with right now.
She's totally obsessed with him.
Yeah.
And
I don't think it's a good idea to put him in a corner and just have, blast him with all this stuff because he's still going through it.
But let him do it at his own pace. It's nobody else's business.
But I don't think it's fair for him to be angry at people that, they're doing a bad job of it, but they mean well.
Right, but he doesn't have to be
Throw
fair
it
right
in the
now.
Trash.
Like you did with your family.
It shouldn't get to him that badly,
Now, Gail, you admit that when you were on alcohol and Xanax and things like that, you got very violent and upset, and that's why I was upset with you sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
And sometimes you have to be forced to have abortions.
whether you're pregnant or not.
Well, this is all true.
Right.
And it's water under the bridge. We just celebrated our 28th wedding
Her water under the bridge broke.
Oh, did the whole family get together for it?
What family? We are the family.
Oh, yeah,
There's
that's right, because
nobody
of the
else.
forced...
Yeah,
the forced...
we lost everybody.
Right. Well,
We still got 4 dogs, so...
Mm.
Well, listen, I don't want to hold you up.
Yeah, it was great talking to you, Gail.
Yeah. Maybe next time I speak to you, I'll be drunk or something.
Please be drunk, because I missed this one. I really do miss this one.
Goddamn garbage! Get him off the phone!
Who is that? God.
That's you when you're drinking.
Get him off the phone!
Obviously, he
Oh,
gives a
God.
more about you than
Goodbye and
anybody
good
else.
luck.
I want those bastards put in
I don't
jail!
want to hear that.
Hey, Paul?
Yes.
Why the forced abortions, buddy?
Look, I was very clear that the likelihood of me taking care of more than one infant was impossible. And clearly, I think way too many people have children, and I wasn't meant
Oh, it's Paul Jr.
to have them. I wasn't meant to have them. And you know, we're bearing hang on, with the
Good news. You won't be born into that family. Yeah. You're going to stay in baby habit.
That's a happy Paul Jr.
Stay in baby habit!
The crazy lady's not going to take you home.
She's not.
Hey, Gail, what do you want to do with your children?
I want those bastards put in jail!
Oh, no.
Oh, not her own kids.
Oh, no.
Not her own fetuses.
Are you going to have the babies?
They came to my house!
Well, the stork.
And
They came to my house!
I never tried to have the children. There was some kind of conspiracy going on with the, not taking pills or not having...
The hospital's on. The doctor said that everything came back positive.
Get him off the phone!
Well, they wanted to talk to you.
Get him off the phone!
Sorry.
And, yeah, I mean, there's no... let's face it, I don't want to be on cops.
Where are you gonna put the babies?
Those f***ing sons of f***ing goddamn garbage!
Oh, jeez.
And
Here's your song, Paula.
That's the... Yeah.
Obviously, he gives a
Two
more
fetuses
about
in the
you
yard.
than anybody else.
They came to my house!
I mean, you see...
Get him off the phone! Those
good deal.
f***ing sons of f***ing goddamn garbage!
But I can't bring anything into the house except maybe the 4 dogs. That's going to be,
I'm just the biggest loser in the world.
All right, we're gonna take a break here. It's a beautiful home Polo has for himself.
Serenity, a history of violence.
Any abortion would be lucky to grow up there.
Into the blue crap. Greatest game is no good.
Ron Fez Show.